Hey, it's Kristen Nolan, your high performance health mentor, here for our video series on the top mistakes that I see busy, career focused women and men making that are increasing stress, exhaustion, belly bloat, and even pain. And today I want to talk about something that drives most of my type A clients absolutely crazy pants, and that is taking too long to reach certain goals, whether they be fitness or business related. Yesterday, I went to an amazing seminar. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Abraham Hicks, but this woman named Esther Hicks, and this is for you if you're kind of, a little more woo-woo-y, I'd say. So she is a woman who channels certain, universal vibrations and basically helps people to get in the flow with manifestation. And I came across them about a year ago and started watching some of their YouTube videos. They're pretty informative and very cool. Just a different way to look at things. I felt like I was trying really hard in my business, and I was kind of tired of trying so hard and feeling like I was pushing all the time. So I was looking for ways to create more ease and more flow in my business and with reaching goals. So one of the things that we talked about yesterday was how you can have a goal, like a really clear goal, but if in the back of your mind you don't believe that this goal will come to fruition, maybe because you've had experiences in the past where you've tried and you haven't reached this goal over and over again. I mean, I get it, and that's actually one of the reasons I went to this seminar. There's a certain goal that I have for my business, and I've been having a really hard time reaching it, and I didn't really understand why, but now I do. Basically, if you have these goals in your head, but you are in the back of your mind in major disbelief about them actually coming to fruition, then you're sending out, two very different signals. One signal says, yes, I want this. The other signal says, no, but I don't think it'll happen for me. So she was saying it's kind of like driving a car with the brake on, with the emergency brake on. Yeah, you might get to your goal, but it might take a lot longer, and there's going to be screeching and a lot more effort involved. So instead of staying in that land of disbelief that the goal can't occur, maybe think about the feeling that you want to have once your goal does come to fruition. Think about that. Whether that is, more financial security, maybe that's hope, maybe it's joy, maybe it's freedom. So that nice feeling that you want to have once your goal has come to fruition. And, think about where you are right now. And then try to think about how you can keep yourself in more of a positive state. Hey, Heather, thanks so much. Thanks for joining us today. Yeah, it was really good advice for me because I feel like I've been stuck in this one place in my business for a while now, and I'm like, oh, I need to get out of it. But I realized yesterday that I have so many disbelieving, major limiting beliefs about the thing in my head. So anyway, that really helped me. And another thing that helped was she was saying that in order to reach those goals and feel better in the process, feel more happy in the process, to try and stay as satisfied as you can, with the process. So instead of like beating yourself up because things aren't going exactly the way you had planned them in your head, try to think that, the universe does have a bigger intention for us. Like I'm not saying this so eloquently, by the way. This is all kind of new for me. So anyway, she was saying that it's good to try and just appreciate the things that you have access to now. Appreciate all the good that is in your life now, and that can help you stay happier in the process of reaching certain goals. And the last thing that I really took away from this was to not get so bogged down by the details. So instead of thinking about, how something's going to happen, how, that's another way to stay in major disbelief belief that your goal is actually going to come true, right? And I see myself doing this all the time because I'm constantly looking for evidence around me, and I'm like, well, it's not true. And maybe you felt that way if you've tried to lose weight. It's like, okay, I'm doing all this stuff, but not a pound is coming off of the scale. Well, a lot of times you can keep your body stuck if you stay in this land of how is it going to happen? How? I've never seen it happen, It's interesting how things unfold at the exact right time for you, right? So she gave this story, which I thought was really interesting. She said that she was meditating and she came out of this meditation and had this crazy desire to move some furniture around. So she's a widow. So she called a moving company and she asked if two guys could come and help move this furniture around for her. Well, in the interim, so before, these guys came over, she also wanted to fix her sound system and discovered that she really enjoyed rap music, by putting on this sound system and listening to this rap music. And then it turned out that when the movers came over, one of them was a rapper. So she was able to connect with him and she gave him some of her books. And, now he's going to go and take those books and read them and hopefully make all of his rapper dreams come true, which is really cool. So again, the process, it can be really like things that you wouldn't expect. And her point was that to just start doing things that make you feel good and have fun and all of that. So Heather says, I have about 5 more pounds to lose. I have reached a point where I am stuck. Any ideas such as changing my exercise routine? Heather, I would love to know more about what you're currently doing. So because with weight loss, it's really interesting. There's really 3 components that I see as being a necessary part of a weight loss program. So number 1 is, yes, getting the right types of movement in for your body and making sure that the exercises you're selecting are making you feel good. Because if they are dragging your energy down, then what could be happening is your body is actually using muscle mass to give itself energy, meaning breaking your own body down to give yourself energy. Okay, so if the workout is too intense for you, so that's number 1. Number 2, you have to eat the right types of foods at the right times for your body's metabolism, right? So, for example, you want to try to eat in food combinations. Like you always want to try and have a little protein, little carb, little fat with every meal, because that way your blood sugar stays balanced. And when your blood sugar stays balanced, then you don't experience those energy highs and lows and get cravings and all that stuff, because that can really keep us stuck. We can be good, and then we can go eat a bunch of cookies, right? Or at least I used to do that myself all the time. So that's number 2. Number 3 is we have to keep our mood in a happier place, meaning be less stressed, because stress makes the body hold on to extra fat like crazy pants. I've seen it a lot with my high performance clients. I see it all the time. So anyway, if you have certain things in the back of your mind that you're stressed about, and that's another reason that I did this video, because being in a state of disbelief that something can actually happen will also cause a tremendous amount of stress, right? And then we hold on to things. Yes, Girl Scout cookies. Oh my God, I love it. Yeah, I used to have a thing with Girl Scout cookies too. Now I just, maybe I'll buy the box to support them, but give it away because I can't have it in my house. That's funny. Yeah. So that's something that maybe could be holding you back a little bit. And you know what? The biggest thing with weight loss, Heather, that I found is that your body needs consistency, because what happens with weight loss is that, weight gain is simply a reflection. It's simply an inflammatory response, right? So it's staying inflamed and it's holding on to things because it doesn't want to let them go, because it doesn't feel safe to let them go. Okay, so that's a big point actually, and I see this all the time. So if you're kind of on, kind of off, some days you're good, some days you're not, then that creates a major sense of how do I put this? Your body your body doesn't want to let go when it's afraid about what you're going to do next. Like, so for example, if sometimes, you know, you eat really well, but then sometimes you go for hours and hours and hours without eating, well, then your body wants to hold on to all those calories because it doesn't know when you're going to feed it next. Okay. And so I always tell my people to try and be super, super consistent. And if you want to go and have some, you know, cheat meals, fun meals, yep. Oh, hey girl. Hey, Mandy, how are you? Yeah, I know. I bet. And Mandy's saying that's a mom's life. I bet. I am not personally a mom. I have a puppy, but that's it. But anyways, yeah. So kind of thinking ahead of time. And one of the biggest things I've told my mom clients is to, when they're packing meals for their kids, to make sure that they're preparing meals for themselves as well. Because I know a lot of times they'll think about how their kid's going to eat lunch, but they don't think about how they're going to eat lunch. So trying to do both at the same time can help. It'll help you save time and also make sure that your body stays nourished. Another thing that I see with moms a lot, and you guys can tell me, is what'll happen is, you know, the kid, your kids won't finish their entire meal, and so you'll end up eating it because you're hungry. So, and maybe it's not the type of food that, you know, would feel best to your body to have. So maybe making sure that you have a little snack before you feed them, so you won't be tempted to eat their food as well. That's another trick that I tell moms a lot. I don't even know if that's a thing for you, but it seems to be a thing for moms that I work with a lot. So anyway, back to you, Heather. It's really all about creating trust in the body. That's really number one. And I usually tell people that, you know, try to focus on other things. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, try to focus on your energy going up. Try to focus on getting better sleep. Try to focus on all of the things that start to get better when your health increases. And they're so much more fun to think about than pounds on a scale, in my opinion, because the scale can be really erratic. It can go up, it can go down. If a certain food irritates you and bloats you up, then the scale is going to increase. And that's really frustrating for a lot of us. But then once your system recovers, the scale decreases. So I just think that going off of how you feel and really being mindful of that will help the weight loss process happen faster, because you're not so focused on this arbitrary number, right? So focus on how you feel, how comfortable you are in your body. All of that can help yield much faster weight loss results than kind of forcing the number on the scale. I've seen that over and over again with my clients. I have one client in particular, her name's Kim, and she was just so uber focused on her energy. She is an author. She's authored 19 books, actually. So she's got a lot going on, as you can imagine. And she was just focused on keeping her energy levels really high. And the funny thing is that she lost weight the fastest out of pretty much any client I've ever worked with, because she was so uber focused on her energy. She was the only client I've ever worked with that didn't actually care about weight loss, which was the funny part. So I think her disattachment to the weight loss part and her attachment to staying energized and other health markers really helped to speed up the weight loss part, because she wasn't constantly beating herself up all the time. So that was really interesting. Yeah. So anyway, I really appreciate you guys joining me. It's a lot more fun to have people on the Facebook Live to interact with me and ask me questions. I love them. Thank you. Than it is just kind of being here by myself. So I love it. It's really fun to have you all ask questions. So anyhow, I'm here every single day at 11. I will be for the next 2 weeks, so come on in. And I usually choose topics that I'm inspired to speak about in the moment. But they're always really relevant to avoiding exhaustion and belly bloat. You're so welcome, Heather. Good luck with that. And, if anybody would love to, thank you, Mandy. I so appreciate that. Thank you. And if any of you would love to chat with me personally, chat with me further, please just fill out my Fit for Success quiz. That's fitforsuccessquiz.com. And we can hop on a quick call, you and I, and talk about your weight loss goals, talk about your energy goals, and see where you're at. And I can, point out some things to try that could help move things along much faster for you. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate your kind words. I love you being here, and have a wonderful Sunday. All right. Bye.